This is Grapplers Talk.
What is up, fans of Grapplers Talk? This is Dave coming at you with another episode each and every week. Thank you to all of the fans for downloading and listening to the podcast. We appreciate all of the love and support we get. We get a lot of messages out there from everyone just thanking us for putting out this kind of content, and really glad to bring you more episodes. Man, I'm excited. It's been a while since I've had a local guy, and we've been in talks with you for quite some time, and I'm excited to officially have you on the show, man. All the way from Club Tracy, and I want to ask you a little bit about that. That sounds fun, but all the way from Club Tracy, none other than Kirk, man. What is up, brother?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show, man. And I just got to say, it's an honor to have you on. You're an awesome personality in this local jiu-jitsu scene, and
Thanks, man.
I love what you're doing, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so I just want to first let's get the introduction out there, right? Let's talk about how you got introduced into jiu-jitsu. What made you start it? How did you end up in Club Tracy?
I started jiu-jitsu. Shout out to the homie Will. He hit me up one day. We used to play football together, so he hit me up one day. He knew I wasn't playing any like real sports or anything. I was barely going to the gym. He was like, "You should start jiu-jitsu, yada yada yada." And then I just been doing it every day, at least once a day since, pretty much average, you know. But yeah, Will got me started. I hate to say it. But how did I get to Club Tracy? I started at Charles Gracie Tracy. And I was only there for maybe a year or so, a little less than a year. And then I was introduced to Alika by we went to a Sunday service, and I met Kalani and I met Alika, and he was like, I'm about to have yada 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 and Tracy, and then he said that I'm gonna have a gym opening up in Tracy.
Oh, so this is before he went over there.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is like in the beginning. He's like,
okay,
not necessarily I'm gonna have one opening up, but I'm gonna be coaching here in Tracy.
Yeah.
You should stop by, see what's up, And then I wasn't able to for a while, financial reasons. I had to, exit out of my Charles Gracie contract, and then I was a free agent for a little bit. So as a free agent, I was going to the open mats every weekend, every week.
I love it.
To get reps.
Agent.
I had to get reps, But yeah, as a free agent, I was I was leaning to signing to Alika early after going to Sunday services.
Yeah,
and already seeing that environment and how everybody treated each other.
Were you being heavily recruited as a free agent?
I don't want to say recruited.
Yeah,
but I was definitely. It just made sense.
There's talks, in free agency, like in basketball, there's phone calls, there's conversations, there's dinners.
There's dinners.
Yeah.
Nah, they didn't take me to 5-star dinners, man.
No one took you to Ruth Chris or anything.
That's hilarious. No, yeah, nah. I mean, as a free agent, I wasn't bouncing around a lot.
Yeah.
I really just bounced to that specific open mat.
Right.
So that environment kind of welcomed me in a way that
just something attracted you to that.
It made me feel really comfortable. Yeah. So knowing that Alika was going to have his own spot, and at the time I was living in Tracy, so it was easy. I was like, all right, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
So
made
ever
sense.
Since then, I've been messing with Alika every day. Pause.
There's a lot of gyms in Tracy though, right?
I don't know about a lot. Is there a lot? Maybe like 4 or 5.
There's 4
or 5.
Yeah.
Open mat, Charles Gracie, Darcy O'Leary, Club Tracy.
Tracy's not a big town, right?
Nah, it's not too big.
Yeah, that's quite a few gyms for a small town like Tracy.
Yeah, it's a good
lot
point.
of options.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely cool though. You ended up in a definite good environment for you. You've been doing well in the competitive scene.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's crazy watching Alika coach you guys. Like, he is like the Yoda behind everything, right? I don't know what a better term. I don't even watch Star Wars. But he's like your guys' Yoda.
He's the protagonist for sure.
Yeah, he's the guy, you know. He's the one controlling the weapon. Yeah. It seems like
100%. He has a bunch of weapons and he knows how to shoot every one of them. And it's kind of like magic almost, because he'll tell you to do something, and you're in a position where it's like, why would you tell me to? And then you do it,
and it works.
And then you're like, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Yeah, but that's basically ever since I had him as a coach. I don't want to say I stopped having game plans, because obviously you have a set style that you like to stick to. I do anyway, but when I go into competitions and super fights and tournaments, I usually just say, like, be my eyes.
Yeah.
I just wing it.
Yeah. You go off what he sees. He really breaks down opponents in a very good way. Like, he's very calm over there. Like, his coaching is just always, like, consistent. You know, he tells you step by step, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't like something, I've heard him tell people, hey, I don't like that. What are you doing? Go back. Like, get out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's in a calming voice to where you can understand it. You could really make it happen. And seems like it's working for your team, right? You guys are doing well out in the scene. Both of you guys, you and Will, are Arte Suave champions to some regard, right?
Some regard. I've been losing lately, man. You know, I'm on a little streak, but it's just his coaching style is really, he's an individual. Yeah. And I really like that, you know?
Yeah.
Very welcoming, like I said before. But Arte Suave, man, they like us.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys do well, man.
Yeah.
And you guys probably sell a lot. You guys have a lot of support out there. Club Tracy is a very popular gym in the area. Talk about Club Tracy. Okay, this whole thing, man, it just started getting like crazy. You guys got a blog now on YouTube and I'm watching. I'm a fan. I'm a subscriber.
I hope you're liking the videos too. I hope you're liking them. No, shout out to DJ. DJ is our media man.
Yeah.
He's been putting the videos together and the clips together, and trying to expand our social media a little bit more as an individual establishment, you know, because you know, as JG has a bunch of yada yada yadas, we're gonna be we want to be an
your own identity.
We want to have our own ID card, you know.
Yeah.
So we're trying to handle that, and with that comes more social media. He just had to explain that to me the other day. It was like, man, you got to
put the brand out there.
You got to put the brand out there. But so man, that's been a big focus lately. And
talk about the environment there. Like, what is it like training? What is it like being a member of Club Tracy? It seems like you guys are always having fun.
Yeah, you know, if you're a visitor and you see the social media and everything, it's like, oh, we're gonna go over, we're just gonna drink, we're just gonna smoke, and we're gonna have a great time. And then if you're a visitor and you come for real, it's like, oh, dude, it's tough there, man. They kick my ass every time I go there, yada, yada, yada. So a lot of people are coming expecting, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there's been visitors that have come and they've like tried to take advantage of the environment just because we show our fun side.
Yeah.
But we got to even it out because we compete so much. There's no way we could only have one side of the coin. We got to have the actual, you know, it has to be worth it too.
Yeah.
So I enjoy training hard though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard training there.
Are you mainly primarily gi or no gi or both?
I'm forced to be both.
What's your preference?
I think gi is funner.
Yeah.
I think gi, I can have more fun in the gi. I feel like no gi is like business.
Yeah.
I have to be, this is way more serious when there's no gi. I don't know. I just feel like I could lollygag a little in the gi.
Yeah.
And actually kind of be an asshole.
Yeah.
And kind of.
The gi you can definitely be mean in. Like no gi, like there's
no gi when you're being mean. It's kind of like when you're being mean in no gi. It's like, all right, smash my face in, pause, and then you got to adjust all that, and it's more aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it's gi and you're trying to be mean. It's like you're being mean because you got this lapel around my neck and you're trying to rip my neck off. You know? So it's a little different. The aggression is different.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't enjoy it, but it's just two different. One's fun,
two
one's
different
business.
worlds.
Yeah,
right?
one's fun, one's business.
Yeah. I always feel like the no-gi, it can be fun, but man, once it gets slippery, dude, it's like fucking everyone's getting injured, everyone's fucking slipping out of shit they shouldn't be, you know? Like I that's the factor I hate.
I'm sweaty too, man. I get so sweaty.
Yeah. There's people
disgusting.
that are sweatier than others, man.
It's disgusting, dude. I can't help it. I be feeling bad. After a certain point, I don't roll with certain people because I know they're going to be
dripping
just
on
because
them.
they're going to be grossed out by what I'm doing. I don't want to deal with that conversation anymore. If it's in a gi, whatever, just deal with my sweat. But if it's no gi, I'll just let you.
Nothing worse than like the sweat. Like you remember that movie Along Came Polly? You know, the basketball scene? Yeah, dude,
yeah, exactly.
That sweat, where it's just all over his
That's
face.
how I feel sometimes, and then it happens to me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, is this how?
Yeah.
That's how I make you feel. Dang, this is a public apology.
Yeah.
From Kirk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I ever sweat past your lips.
It's always bad. Like I remember when I first started jiu-jitsu, I always felt bad because I used to sweat and my droplets for some reason would just go right in people's eyes.
Every time.
Boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
sure.
And like the like purple belts at the time, and I was like, fuck, dude, they're gonna fuck me up for this. My droplets are going in their eyes.
It. Sometimes you just gotta sit there and stall and use it as an advantage.
Yeah. It's definitely it's kind of gross, though. Yeah, you're
right. Kinda?
Yeah, it's fucking, especially like no shirt underneath the gi. You know, that's
I try
when it
to.
gets real fucking nasty.
I try to wear a rash guard these days, but even then, it's like it's still soaking wet, so it doesn't make a difference. It's still,
it gets nasty.
Yeah, it gets really
You
gross.
could bring rash guards out and definitely fill up a cup of sweat for
100%,
sure. Yeah,
100%. Nah, but yeah, back to the Club Tracy thing. It's a great environment. You know, we got a great kids program. We got a great adults program. We have multiple classes a day. We're there 6 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, everybody needs a day off, so you get the Saturdays off.
Yeah.
Go kick it with your family. But we got to train every other day of the week,
Yeah.
at least once.
Yeah, and you guys go a lot to Sunday service too, right?
Yeah, we're in Stockton at least once a week. Yeah, Stockton's a tough training too.
Yeah, you guys go hard at Sunday
shout
service.
Shout out to Buffalo Black Brothers in Stockton, California.
Yeah, you guys go pretty crazy. It always seems like that's where the competitive nature's coming out. Recently, you guys had that.
Did you see that competition?
Yes,
the
let's
white
talk
and blue,
about that,
the
dude.
white and blue tournament. I'm so pissed off. I missed it, man.
They had a scream of sticks going, dude, beating each other.
Dang,
with them.
no. So he has tournaments every year.
Yeah.
So like throughout the year, you know, he has the Thanksgiving tournament. He might have a Christmas tournament. He might have something else just scattered out throughout the year. So he had a white and blue tournament, and usually I would have been in it, but I had to sit this one out. I wasn't able to make it on time, but man, I guess it was a bunch of people that signed up last minute.
Yeah.
And it was, you know,
I found out about it last minute. I got a text message like the morning of.
Yeah, so a lot of people signed up last minute, so there was hella people just waiting. So he was like, you know what, just Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Everybody at once, I guess, right? Something like that. So, like something of that nature. Probably not just like that, but yeah, just like a bunch of people going at once. And then at some point he starts throwing in the sticks. And then at some point he throws in the taser knife.
Yeah.
And then the taser knife gets thrown in, and then the 16-year-old ends up winning it.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's insane. Shout out to Batista.
They went at the end for a while, right?
Yeah, I guess it was like 10-minute round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's what I heard. I missed it, man. I came too late.
Yeah, it was funny. You watch different strategies going into it. I watched a lot of the video David Joven posted, and dude, it was great because you saw people's strategies and they'd hop in there, they just tap people real quick, just hop on their back,
just jump on someo's back, or cling onto someone's foot.
Yeah, that was the tag team on the foot and the back.
One.
Yeah.
Dang, that was crazy.
What would your strategy be going into a Royal Rumble environment like that? What would you have done first?
That kind of environment is a little different than have you heard of Pride of the Streets?
I've seen it once or twice.
Chris Vickers?
Yeah.
Chris Vickers has an establishment called Pride of the Streets, and he had a Royal Rumble.
Oh.
But I'm gonna go back to that in a second because I'm gonna forget. The one on Sunday seemed like it was a little different because of the weapons.
Yeah.
So that's
it was a hardcore match.
Yeah. Hardcore. That strategy is a little different. Like at that point, you have to focus on the weapons.
Yeah.
And realize like, all right, who's the biggest threat? The dude on my ankle or the dude right here with these sticks, right? So
or taser knife.
Or taser knife. Thank you. So that strategy, I just would have been like eyes up the entire time, like trying to do 5 things at once. But I just, at the end of the day,
that
just
taser knife is
everybody.
No joke, dude.
I would just have to bulldoze everybody.
Yeah,
there would be
just spears. Right?
There would be no survivors.
You'd be like Bill Goldberg, just going in and spearing people.
There could be no survivors at that point. Like that, at that point, I would really have to get my hands dirty.
So you'd spear, and then what would be your go-to submission? Guillotine?
No, rear naked, of course.
Yeah.
Rear naked, you get behind somebody and get them out of there pretty quick.
You could also use them as a shield too.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, multitask. But back to Chris Vickers, he got a Pride of the Streets. Yeah, I had a Royal Rumble there. That was the first one that we were like, when he told us about it, it was months and months ahead. Yeah. He was still trying to set it up. So we were at, I think, Grappling Industries or something, and he was like, hey, I want you guys to know, it was me and Will. I want you guys to know I'm setting up this, you like WWE? And I don't really like WWE too much. I didn't grow up watching it. Will's like
a fan,
die hard. So I'm sitting there, I'm seeing his eyes light up. And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, I'm having, I'm putting on an event, and it's going to be a Royal Rumble. It's going to be everybody going at once. And that's pretty much how he explained it to us to begin with, right? So then months later, down the line, he invites us, and I sign up. But the way the rules were, it was you could sign up with your team. You could have like 5 or something per team sign up. I was the only one that signed up, which is fine. I like solo missions. It's no big deal. I'll take a side mission. And so I sign up, test the water, see how it goes. I'm the guinea pig. I'll be the guinea pig of the team. And then so there was like, I don't even know how many teams there were, but like I said, you could have up to 5 on your team.
Yeah.
And the way he set it up was one person or 2 people start, and maybe like 1 minute passes and one other person goes in.
Okay.
Another minute passes, another person goes in. Another minute passes, another person goes in, but it was hella 10th Planet dudes.
Okay.
So
it was, the order meant a lot though, right? Like if all 10th Planet guys get in there, then they can gang up on you, right?
That's what it was at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So a bunch of 10th Planet dudes just started jumping other dudes and knocking out other teams. So it was basically, it got to the point where it was like 7 10th Planet dudes, and then the 8th one came in, and they were all just on the wall, just waiting for someone else to come in. So then Chris was like, all right, dude, he called them all hoes. And he was like, the next person I see stalling is out. This isn't okay. He adjusted it. So I'm pretty sure the next Royal Rumble, they're going to have the little tweaks.
Yeah, that's interesting. So they're all just stalling against the wall.
So boom. So I get in. Yeah. Right.
What was your approach on this one?
My approach, I'm going for the biggest dude here.
Yeah.
Right, because he was by himself.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. It was I would shout him out, but I don't want to. No, he's a homie though. So I get in, and it just so happens that it's me and the bigger dude, and I lock in on him. and we start hand fighting a little bit, and someone jumps on my back, and the second I feel him on my back, I slingshot him off of my shoulders, and he face plants in front of me. And I'm able to get around, and everybody's trying to. Nah, at that point, I have everyone's attention.
Yeah.
So now everyone's trying to lock in on me.
Yeah, you're like the Big Show going into this.
You know, I'm the people's champ. I got to play my part. So now at this point, everyone's trying to lock in on me, and I end up getting taken out of there. It was like 4 or 5 dudes took me out of there.
It took 4 or 5. The multi-people elimination.
It took a handful of dudes. It took. The dude that I started out with locked in on my legs.
Yeah.
And I was like stapled. I couldn't move. And at that point, everybody just capitalized.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience.
Was it the leg lock that got you at the end, or?
No, someone got around my neck. It wasn't even a leg lock. He just held my legs.
Yeah.
He wrapped he wrapped my legs, like bear hugged my legs, elbow to elbow, and took me down, and everyone else jumped on my back from there. And
that's hilarious.
But it was a beautiful experience. I loved it. I'm definitely going to do it again, hopefully with the team.
Yeah. You got to get more buddies in there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, I tried to make an alliance. Even if you make an alliance with
or
people
get in there quick, right? And then you could just do like back in the day, Royal Rumble 1994. The Big Daddy Cool Diesel eliminated like 25 people straight, man. It was crazy. He went on a run.
That was my plan.
He was standing in there by himself most of the night.
That was my plan. Honestly, the dude that
quick.
took me out, the reason I went out, if he didn't take me out, he was my biggest challenge on the ring. And the sick part about that whole competition is the dude that jumped on my back while I was hand fighting ended up winning the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now the tables turned.
Yeah. What was the cash prize for that one?
I don't remember. Who cares?
Yeah. He does cash prizes though, right?
Yeah, he does. He pays well too.
Yeah, I've seen Ismael's won a bunch of them, dude, and he's done good. He's done well out there.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Dude, you had a great a great montage of videos for the Arte Suave Rewind event where you went up against Matthias. Making those videos were freaking incredible. Who was your camera crew? Like, what was the thought behind it? Like, did you come up with all that by yourself? Because it was incredible.
That's just the mind of Club Tracy, man. Yeah. We all work as a collective, dude. Honestly, that's just all that was. Alika Foster, Will Alexander, a little bit. DJs, people were background. They were extras.
Yeah.
It was all just the club, man. We all work together, and when everybody has an idea, we all piggyback off of each other, and then we make it gold. But our camera crew, specifically for the club, would be Gilbert G Moments on Instagram. If you want to check him out, his work is dope. And besides him, we got ground gamer stuff coming out. Work with Brian. I don't know if you know Brian from Tracy.
I don't.
I can't think his Instagram off the top of my head. He's gonna hate me, man. I feel hella bad, but yeah, we have a couple of photographers that are doing pretty good. Cyrus coming up.
Yeah, he's been working on his photography. He was talking about that.
No hair.
Yeah,
photos. Just giving everybody free promo right now.
Yeah.
What was the question?
We were talking about your promo for the Arte Suave and how you came up with all that.
Yeah, I just kept piggybacking off everybody's thoughts.
Yeah,
of course there's a base.
My favorite video was the one where you're sitting in the pool and like you got like a cigarette or something. You got the belt on and glasses and you're like, oh yeah. You're going to give your money to charity. Well, I'm going to fucking spend that shit.
Those ones that was fun. I'm going to do something else like that too coming up. I just talked to Arte Suave recently, and we're going to have something else coming up with somebody's going to try to take my belt.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bigger dude, so it's going to be a little more thoughtful approach. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the same entertainment.
What's your training like when you have a comp coming up?
hard.
Does anything step up or
Yeah,
is it always pretty much the same hard training?
Yeah, I train hard no matter what. So, but with it depends on what my weight has to be. I don't usually plan on cutting weight unless there's like money on the line, right?
Yeah.
We had Sub on the Shores had a team tournament recently with like $3,000, $3,500 or something.
That's pretty good.
So I ended up cutting hella weight for that one, but
how much did you have to cut?
Like 15.
15 pounds?
Yeah, 12 to 15. Which isn't
weigh
really
in
that
the day
bad.
of though, right?
Yeah, day of weigh in early in the morning before the competition, so
yeah,
doesn't really matter. But yeah, unless there's money on the line, I'm not gonna cut 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll just rock with the big boys.
Yeah, guys will do that to Mikey Musameshi did that in IBJJF to win 2 different weight classes.
Yeah, no, that's different though.
That's insane.
That's different.
Yeah,
I would do it for a title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it for a title.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So obviously you got that Arte Suave. When's that match coming up? Do you have
to be announced?
To be announced. Okay, TBD.
TBD.
All right. But you do a lot of competitions. You're out there in the competitive scene pretty regularly.
Yeah, my sponsor takes really good care of me. Shout out to Ground Gamer. They really take care of me and really pushes. There's no reason for me not to compete.
Yeah.
As much as I do if I have that much opportunity to.
Yeah.
The whole point of me doing it is to do it.
Yeah. Right, and getting better, right? You
Exactly.
have nothing to lose except you're gaining experience along the way.
Mm-hmm. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Especially since it's in so many different places. Like last year I went to Virginia.
Yeah.
I was in Vegas. I did a bunch of different places. I'm trying to go to just like random states almost.
Yeah.
Just make trips out of things.
Yeah, it's fun to do that, dude. It's fun to check out different states. My cousin and I have gotten to travel and got to see different areas. And, dude, it's a trip, bro. Like, you trying the different foods and what's popular in each area.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It's cool.
Exactly.
It's cool. We've been to funky ones like, Kentucky. Like, who would think to, like, go to Kentucky? But, it's pretty cool, man. You got the Louisville Slugger Factory in Kentucky and jiu-jitsu is out there.
What is that?
The jiu-jitsu podcast. Chewy, he's like a famous jiu-jitsu guy.
Okay.
So he's out there in Kentucky. So
Dope.
it's cooler than you think, right? But you're like, all right, KFC's on every corner or what? But yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
But
how long have you been training? You said 19 years.
Yeah, I've been training since 2005. Obviously I had taken some time off with my shoulder, and I tried to do the whole MMA scene too, and that kind of, I don't recommend it. It's not the easy way to go, dude.
Yeah.
It's when you're young. If you don't make it to the UFC right away, then just throw in the towel.
Just,
that's what I'm saying.
Punched for no reason.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah, now that's my whole thing. I don't like getting punched. Obviously, when you catch a knee or you catch an elbow in jiu-jitsu, it's like puts a little fire under your ass. But
yeah,
like only catching, like in Muay Thai,
yeah, that's
catching elbows,
stupid.
catching
Knees.
legit knees and shins. That's a little bit different, but
yeah.
If I was to train anything else, I would love to do Muay Thai.
Yeah. Have you ever considered doing any of those like combat jiu-jitsu tournaments or anything like that? Yeah. Have you ever done one?
No. I would love to though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, actually, at the gym.
Yeah, it's almost like a MMA fight. You probably have to get it sanctioned.
Just open palms
of some sort.
Just open palms, and it's like only if they're in certain positions or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to slap some dudes.
Yeah.
Slapping, I could take a couple. I might be able to get slapped, but it's the closed fist and the elbows and everything that's like, I ain't trying to get cut up that much.
Yeah. Your face rearranged and fucking surgeries on your face and your bones.
But I'll slap some fools, though.
Those slaps get pretty intense, dude.
Yeah,
in combat jiu-jitsu, dude, those are more like
them.
Strikes than slaps.
Strikes for sure.
Yeah.
Strikes for sure. Nah, but, we're all boys.
Yeah. I seen, dude, it was crazy. There was one where somebody was on their back and they used the palm strike and they were just palm strike. Put him to sleep, dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they do it in slap fighting all the time. Slap fighting people get put to sleep on a regular basis. So if you
you're talking about the slap.
Power slap. If you could kind of take the approach of power slap and EBI combat jiu-jitsu and put them together, dude.
Dude, those dudes that stand there and willingly get slapped, they got something going on.
But imagine someone's attacking your leg, right? They got both hands, they're trying to lock something up, and you just give them a power slap, dude. Just a big old fucking.
Do they get paid for those?
Yes, dude. There's
the
good
power
money.
slaps?
Yes, there's good money. There's sponsorship. Thousands of dollars.
No way.
Thousands of dollars per power slap, dude.
So how do they get paid? Per win? Or is it brackets or?
There's weight classes to it.
Well, weight classes, but is it like a tournament where it's like, all right, the first place gets this much, second place gets this much?
There's champions. I think it's just like depends on your record. I think you get paid per power slap, dude. I would assume so. Monster's behind it. UFC's behind it. They got money.
That's what's up.
So
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, just power slap the fuck out of somebody while they're on their back. That would be interesting. But yeah, those power slap dudes are always like fat and out of shape.
Yeah, their hands are like you can't even describe how big their hands are.
Yeah, they're always like big old fat dudes that are really good at it. Yeah, there's hope for everybody, and then they come out, dude, and it's pretty funny because they're like walking out like a champion, bro. Like, they got UFC people next to them, and I mean they got the real UFC refs doing the power slap.
If you're good at it, then do it.
Yeah,
why not?
What do you think of women doing it? Because like the women's power slap, I hate watching it.
What's
dude.
the difference?
They get fucked up.
What's
bro.
the difference?
Like,
the men do too.
I know, but like, God damn.
What do you think about women in UFC?
I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like it. Yeah, I'm all for supporting like the sport of it. Like, yeah, that's cool, but I hate when they get beat up bad, dude. Like,
I mean, it's them beating each other up.
I can't stand watching a chick all beat up like that.
Yeah, the aftermath is pretty crazy.
Yeah, like when they break their orbitals and shit, dude, and they're like, sliced apart, bro. I don't know. For whatever reason, for me, I just hate seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You know.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's just it's pretty rough. Like Paige Van Zandt, she got into power slap, and I was like, "What are you doing? Like, come on!"
But the power slap they're not getting beat up like that though.
Yeah,
UFC, they're all bloody and cut up. Okay, that makes you feel a little wheezy. Don't look at a woman beat up. I understand. But in power slap, they're just slapping each other. They don't get swollen.
Yeah. I guess it's not as bad, but it's still like, come on.
They don't even cry. That'll be the hard part if the one started crying.
You know what would be great is to do kid power slap. Little kids in there, dude, just slapping the shit out of each other.
Start them early, huh?
But you're like giving someone a free shot, pretty much, with that power slap.
A free shot.
Yeah, multiple free shots.
Multiple free shots. I think it's like what, 3 of them.
Yeah, it depends on how you react, man. You get KO'd
KO'd in the first one?
Oof. You might be good on the others.
That's the plan, though.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's looking for.
But they got interesting rules. You can't twist the hips or load up the hips or anything like that. Yeah. There's certain rule sets to it.
That makes me look at it with even more respect.
Yeah. You don't watch Power Slap, huh?
No.
Okay.
Come
man.
on.
It's good. It's good stuff, too.
Honestly, not a fan.
Yeah. Not at all.
Not a fan of the same reason as you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see some dudes slap each other.
Yeah. It is kind of whack.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's a sport, but like at the same time, that's what's so wild about it. Like, it's a fucking sport. Like these guys have titles and championship belts, and like these fat fuckers are walking around like they're world champions.
Exactly. Well, I mean, technically they are.
Yeah, signing autographs too. Like,
technically, they're world champions.
Yeah.
You know,
you can be a world champion at anything nowadays, I guess, huh?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost anything for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Which is awesome, though. You have to have world champions at everything.
Yeah.
How else would you know who's the best?
Yeah. You got to have rankings of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to fucking know. What are your future plans for competition this year? What do you got on the schedule or the agenda?
Me and the whole club, it seems like has something coming up on the 15th in Bakersfield it's called Piranha. Yeah, it's Piranha.
Yeah.
It's you can see it on my page, but there's like 7 of us on the card. So
Wow.
yeah, that's gonna be a good one. It might be 8 now, but I think definitely at least 7 of us are on the card. So that's gonna be a good one. That's the next one that I got coming up.
Yeah.
Then there's a small one right after that one. I'm not sure if I'm doing that one yet. I gotta check to see if I finished the registration on time.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, I think the second quarter is gonna be really, really busy.
Yeah.
You know, we have Alika has his seminar this weekend. We're going down to Fresno.
Yeah.
To go ahead and help him out with that one. And then, yeah, from there we're grinding.
Yeah.
Grinding all year.
I mean, do you do like once a month or what's your schedule like? How do you try to or just look for competitions coming up that interest you?
Just like I said earlier, how I just go into competitions winging it. I just sign up.
You just sign up, you just see some like
I see something that's close. I see something that aligns with the date that I don't have anything going on. And I just sign up for it.
Yeah.
And then if I got to go by myself, I'll just show up by myself and just compete. And then hopefully leave with some hardware.
Yeah. Your competitions have to be like stacking up at this point. Like you're what, a blue belt or purple belt, right? Blue belt.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're out there competing
sure.
John Carr, right? John Carr, you know,
John,
and that
dude.
dude's
we
always
run into each other all the time.
That dude is always at competitions by himself.
Yeah,
like, he don't care.
Sometimes I'll show up to a competition where I'm just like, oh, this is a small one.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna promote it.
Yeah.
Tell anyone I have it. You know, like my mom's there or something.
Yeah.
And then I see John.
Yeah. John's always there.
I'm like, John.
Yeah.
No, he sees me. He always sees me from across the room, and we're always like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, John. I love that man.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, always out there though, man. Like,
yeah,
that's
he's always
tough.
working. That's how it has to be, man. So you're always working. That's why
as an athlete, right?
Yeah, I like feeling like I'm in a sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I say it all the time. I like feeling like I'm in a sport. So I was always basketball, football, track, and they overlap. So I got into that mode just without even realizing I'm getting into the mode of not really having necessarily an off season.
Yeah, year-round jiu-jitsu.
Year-round jiu-jitsu is a perfect substitution for not being in high school anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's a good. It's been doing all right.
Yeah,
it's been doing all right. I like. Before, when I was training, when I didn't have my sponsor, I wasn't able to compete as much. So I just was training like twice a day or, you know, at least once a day, like I was saying, and as often as I could, open mats, every random open mats that I could show up to. And then once I scraped together a couple $, then, you know, compete. Now I have no reason not to go to the competitions.
They cover your comp fees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that's why I just go down the line. I pick which ones. Sometimes I have I don't want to say 3 in a month. I think that happened maybe twice.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least 2 a month, 1 a month. Sometimes it's random. Sometimes I have a super busy month and I'll just have 3 super small ones that are just local. Maybe one in the Bay Area or something. But, yeah, I try to stay as busy as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And how'd you get hooked up with Ground Gamer? How did that relationship come to be?
He got hooked up with Club Tracy. So that was, he came, from how I know Brandon, he came to an open mat, because we have open mats every week, Fridays and Sundays at 6 p.m., 404 West Grand Line, Tracy, California. And he showed up to a open mat that we have. And, you know, it was just natural conversation and natural vibe. And ever since then, he just kept showing up, and he showed a lot of respect and interest in my game and gave me a lot of pointers, still gives me a lot of pointers.
Yeah.
So ever since ever since he started coming through, he just showed a lot of interest. And then he was like, listen, you're going to be a player one. I said, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Right away, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And they take care of you. They got, I always see you're wearing the ground gamer gis and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. They got rash guards and all that, too.
Yeah, man. They got a new gi is coming out soon. They got great rash guards. They got vintage collections that are never gonna see the daylight again. They got stuff that's in the vault that's probably never gonna come out for the next 5 years or something, you know. But I love everything they got going on, dude. Honestly, there's a lot of there's like a lot of basic jiu-jitsu brands, you know, with regular old logos and regular old trim, but he thinks outside the box a lot, and I like his design. I like the way he thinks. Yeah. You know, same with his game. He's a very methodical player.
Yeah.
You know?
How many do they have? A lot of sponsored athletes at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know.
Yeah. That's what's up, though. That's very cool, man. And you know, that's awesome that you're able to compete more just because of that. You know, that gives you the opportunity.
I really, really appreciate him, man. He gives me great opportunity.
Yeah, that's huge, man. And, you know, those comp fees can add up after a while, man.
Yeah,
it's $100 a piece. And, you know, you're doing 3 a month. That's $300 potentially.
Exactly.
Or, you know, that's a lot of money, however you want to look at it. So,
which is why I train so hard. It's like I'm not going to go and do these competitions just to half-ass and walk out empty-handed. Like, if I'm going to do 4 competitions in a month, I'm going to make sure that I'm training throughout this week like I have a competition coming up every weekend. Yeah. You know, even if I have 1 competition this month, I'm going to train every week like I have a competition every weekend. It's like that's how I stay consistent. Yeah. You know.
And you're in there, you said pretty much once a day, right? At least. You know, how do you deal with have you dealt with any major injuries or anything like that?
Yeah, of course. I don't want to say major injuries, but of course I've, you know, pulled a muscle and my bone got a little sore once or twice.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing like, you know, you break a toe or two every now and then. Yeah. But I got to work, so I can't really take work off. Yeah. I gotta train because I got competitions coming up. Yeah. So I can't really take practice off. Yeah. You know, even if I do take practice off, I'm still gonna show up to the gym and I'm gonna see what they're going over just so I'm not missing out on technique. Right. But but the sick part is whenever I go just to watch, I make the mistake of like, all right, let me just
try this out.
I could try it. Like it doesn't. It's not even near the side that I'm. You know, and then I start one day, and then you can't not drill the next day because you just did it yesterday. Yeah. So now you get back into it, and then you realize, all right, it hurts a little less. Yeah. So now
you got to train through a lot of stuff.
You got to train through a lot, you know. So that's fine. But at first, you get a little scared. Yeah. Especially if it's a new spot. Yeah. Like a rib or something. Yeah. You never really hurt your rib before.
Yeah. It takes a while to recover from those too. Ribs are always tricky. Yeah.
Ribs were my worst for sure. Yeah. So yes, to answer your question, the rib was the worst because it wasn't like in football I always bruise the side of my ribs, of course. That's normal. Yeah. But it was more like the cartilage area in the front and near the sternum. So it was like burning for a long time, bro. Like I could not shake it. Yeah. And I was scared. I was so scared, dude. I was like, I don't know what is going on, but there's a lot of like health professionals in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, there is. Luckily.
So luckily they were like, man up a little bit, stop being a little bitch, and you're going to be fine in a few months, dude. Just take it easy. Be strict on yourself. Like that one made me actually sit down. And
the cartilage is a tricky one, dude. A lot of people, it puts them out for, 6 to 8 weeks of healing, and it's tricky because you can re-injure it so easily.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And when you do, it's that burning again, and then you're like, not again. Yeah. Back to zero. I was just at 62.
Yeah. That's the worst, man.
But besides that, no major injuries, just the ribs and I had a collarbone one that was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But
nothing major, though. That's good.
Nah, no snaps.
Yeah, that's good, man. So you're able to stay consistent and stay in there. That's the most important thing. How do you keep track of your technique? Like, obviously you said you're going and watching even if you're not training.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a journal or some sort of app or anything, or is it all mental capacity at that point?
Yeah, it's pretty much just all mental capacity.
Yeah,
I never. Do you have a journal?
I do. Yeah, I do.
How do you?
So certain techniques, like ones I'm really like digging, I'll put in there. Just average, fundamental, basic stuff. Little tweaks on that I don't really add in there. But I do have a journal. Yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, I never really thought about journal.
It doesn't make sense to other people. Like if they read it, they wouldn't. Yeah. They'd be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, foot on the hip. Turn 90 degrees.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, it's just all mental. But going back to competing, I compete so often that whatever we're going over in practice, I have to do it in the competition at least. Yeah. If I don't do it because sometimes it's super fights. So if I don't do what we've been going over in that specific super fight, I don't beat myself up about it. But if it's a tournament, then I should be doing something that we just like. If we've gone over daily Hiva for 3 weeks, and I don't get a daily Hiva sweep, and end up in
yeah, you like to hit the move of the week, basically.
I like to hit the move of the week in a tournament setting. I'm very specific about that. Like I'll beat myself up about it. Like I'll be pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
But in super fights, I look at it a little different. Not necessarily as strict on myself about super fights, because those ones are just fun.
Yeah.
Tournaments kind of mean they're more of a challenge for me. Like, of course, super fights, you have the opportunity to get paid. You have the opportunity to get a belt, certain stuff like that. But in tournaments, you're beating up 4 dudes.
You're working up the ranks.
You're working up the ranks. You're beating up heck of people to get your little gold medal. But I don't, medals are cool. I just give them to my mom.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that I beat up 4 dudes.
Yeah. It feels pretty good.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah. So going from an athlete, right, a football player, to jiu-jitsu, did you feel like the transition was pretty easy for you because you're obviously pretty athletic going into it? Did you pick up the movements pretty easy, or what was the transition like for you?
I am a natural athlete, so I don't know if it could be specifically credited to football. Like, I did play football, basketball, and track, so I have some type of body recognition.
Yeah.
So that, I think the combination really helped. I think it helped me more so figure out my intensity. Like I said, I'm specifically training fairly hard every time I'm training, right? I'm trying to not lack when it comes to my ability, because I have a competition every week, every other week.
Yeah.
So I think football really helped me with that, because a lot of I was just saying recently that in jiu-jitsu, it's really common for people to take game week light, Mm-hmm. But in football and basketball, you're training super hard every week.
Yeah.
To get prepared for game day. And I think that helps me with jiu-jitsu a lot.
Yeah.
And my mentality of training, instead of taking it light because I have a competition, I'm
you're turning it up.
I'm turning it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. It's a different approach, but it works for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it probably works for most athletes too. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what kind of athlete you were, but if you were into, some type of sport and getting ready for that week of
Mm-hmm.
football, especially football, such a contact sport, like.
Right.
You got to get physically ready, which is the same thing in jiu-jitsu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your body has to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind has to be right, and then there's just the preparation, right? The reps. Right.
The rest on top of everything.
Yeah, the rest.
The recovery after your hard training.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all takes account. And it also probably helped me realize that I, like, how to manage my pain tolerance.
Yeah.
And how to recognize, like you got to listen to your body.
Yeah.
Football, you're not allowed to listen to your body at all.
Yeah,
you know?
got to go no matter what.
Yeah, now I'm an adult, and now I don't, it's the focus is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason to push through a fresh injury if there's no championship on the line.
Right.
You know.
Not much to gain, but a lot to miss.
A lot to lose.
Yeah. What's your recovery like? What do you do specifically to recover and to stay as active as you do?
Just train.
Just through active recovery through training.
Just active recovery. To be honest, I take advantage of my rest days. You know, sometimes I will just not do anything on my Saturdays or not do anything on the Sunday morning or, you know, the easy days or I take advantage of the easy days.
Yeah.
Right? So that's big. Nice hot showers.
Yeah.
I like the beach. Nice long walks in sand.
Yeah.
Always is a good recovery. I was doing yoga for a little bit, but
hot yoga or regular yoga?
Regular.
Okay.
I tried the hot Pilates or whatever it was once. I think it was, what is that, Bikram?
Yeah, Bikram yoga.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It kind of smelled funny in there.
Yeah, you can imagine, you know, it's being that hot and a lot of sweaty.
It smelled like toes. And,
yeah.
But nah, I wouldn't mind getting back into yoga consistently. Yoga's fun.
Yeah.
Recovery, I could use a couple more ice baths. I could do more.
Do you do
honestly.
ice baths currently or no?
I hate ice baths.
Yeah.
I would rather plunge into scalding hot water.
What'd you do for recovery when you were playing sports?
Ice baths.
Yeah.
Ice baths and Epsom salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mom would get me massages every now and then.
Yeah.
So that's always fun. I love a good massage and pedicure.
Yeah. Nowadays they have those massage guns that work pretty good.
Yeah.
I got
those
one
are dope.
here somewhere.
Yeah, I do really enjoy a massage gun too. We have a TENS machine.
Yeah.
We have a TENS machine that we use.
I crank that thing up all the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
I keep it nice and low.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that. I don't like twitching too much.
Yeah, I'm like, please rip that fucking knot out.
No. If it's a massage, yes, go deep.
Yeah.
But if it's the TENS machine, when it's the lasers and no, man.
Pins and needles.
I keep it nice and light and I hold it on there for hella long. I can't have it on there for too high. I can't have it on the high setting though because scares me.
I have like a mobile TENS unit and it runs off a 9-volt battery, dude. And there has been times I have fucked shit up from jiu-jitsu that I've gone through 2 batteries in one night.
Did it help?
I mean, it loosened it up, dude, for sure. Yeah. But like, you know, little things in your neck or your back or something.
I just can't see it helping anymore if it's hecka high than if I do it comfortably low.
Maybe not, yeah.
For a good amount of time.
Depends on how fucked up it is, right?
Yeah, true.
Guess.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
See, I'm one of those people, like, I attack things real hard. You know, like if I get a cold, dude, I'm going like strong,
for sure.
Vitamins, cold medicine,
really,
everything at once.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm the same way.
It never usually works for me. Like
it always works for me.
Yeah.
I burn out. If I get a cold, if I feel it coming, I burn it out instantly. I take the hottest shower.
Yeah.
I face in the water.
Yep.
Bodies. Now I'm steaming when I get out. I sleep with 4 layers.
Yeah.
I have to just like act like I'm cutting weight.
Yeah. Sweat it out.
Just sweat it out and drink a lot of liquids, and then I'm back the next day. Usually.
When I was younger, I used to always hate it. And I sometimes it still happens, but it's always like when I have a big competition or something coming up, I always get sick. And like, I don't know what it is.
Maybe
like,
that's your nerves.
Probably. But dude, I would get like very fucking sick. Like, dude, I would be like fucking snot and I would get colds, dude. Like, I remember I was playing a show on New Year's music, right? And right, like the week of the show, dude, I got deathly ill. I was drinking Dayquil and NyQuil the day of the show, just trying to get my voice back.
Dayquil and NyQuil helps me a lot.
Yeah. Apparently, they're taking a lot of that stuff off the market. They're saying none of it works.
I think I think they admitted that it's just a placebo.
Yeah, but it puts you to sleep for sure.
It definitely knocked me out. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
but
pretty wild.
What's your recovery?
My recovery is I just keep training. Yeah, I don't have. I want to do ice baths and like I hit myself with the massage gun, and then I get my wife to give me 10 minutes of the massage gun every like once a week maybe. But yeah, that's about it for recovery for me. I want to get an ice bath set up in here.
Yeah,
and get something cool like that. But
saunas are cool.
Yeah. Sauna recovery. I love saunas, man. Like, I don't like the steam rooms, but I definitely love saunas.
I do like steam rooms too.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross, but
yeah.
it's a little gross.
Yeah, the steam rooms just, it gets nasty in there for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But saunas can get nasty too, dude, depending on who's in there.
Saunas are probably, in reality, more nasty than steam rooms, but the idea of steam rooms are pretty gross. It's
pretty gross when like people get it from the sauna and like the ass marks are like, dude, and then someone goes and sits right down in it.
Oh, I mean, you have no choice though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have no choice. You've been standing for heck long, and you're like, oh yes, this person just left. And then you look down and it's the wah wah. Just an ass cheeks.
Oh man, dude. Or like. Dang. The guy that's always, in a towel and he's throwing fucking oils on the wall.
Oh, what? I
mean? Like, you ever get that guy?
Nah, I never saw that before. In the sauna?
There's always like a guy that's fucking got like essential oils. He's like dumping everywhere.
Hey,
bro.
Honestly, I'm all for essential oils.
Yeah.
I'll deal with some essential. I like incense. I like essential oils. I like all that fruity stuff.
Yeah. There was a couple times I'd be in a sauna, and I don't like to talk to anybody, dude. I got headphones, like don't talk.
I got this amount of time.
Yeah.
Listen, none of us are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't come up to me. And those there would always be someone, and they'd show me this little bottle of oil, and they'd be like, "Hey, are you cool with this?" And I'd just always be like, "Yeah, whatever."
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm a fairly, I don't want to say I'm a social butterfly, but I don't really turn down too much. Like if I'm in the sauna, I found that talking helps me a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, if I direct my focus on someone's conversation, then it's helping me a lot.
Yeah.
It makes time go by so much faster for me. But if it's music, of course, it's cool, but I'm counting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the first verse. Yep. That's the second verse. Dang, that's the whole song. It's only been 3 minutes. But if I'm having a whole conversation with someone randomly about their son and their daughters and their nieces, and
it goes by a little quicker.
But that's another thing. I attract people that give me their whole life story, which is not a complaint. It's just a fact.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it makes a lot of things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in a questionable area, of course, the crazy person wants to talk to me.
Right.
But they're not spazzing on me.
Yeah. They just want to talk.
I'm going to take advantage of it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing somebody's told you? Like
told me?
Yeah. Like random person.
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I used to work at the prison out here in Stockton. And one of the dudes, his name was, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the dudes, I was cleaning the rooms and everything. He was like, he told me why he killed 5 people.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was like, well, one night I was at my friend's house. We were getting high, and I passed out, and there was a bunch of us there. And when I woke up, somebody was sucking my dick.
Whoa!
I killed 5 people that night. I was like, oh, dang.
This poor guy.
Yeah, so I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
So that's a good crash out.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Acceptable crash out. Nah, but random people, I don't know, man. I've been out eating with people, and somebody like walks in, and it's like, oh dang, all right, it's time to actually pay attention, time to clock in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, one of them just walked in.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they just start like asking me random questions, and I think it's hilarious. So I just egg it on.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of something specific, but I just egg it on whenever it's like a homeless dude or a tweaker or something, just like finding me.
Yeah.
And go ahead and share. And I start asking questions, and then there's people that are like say it was a random friend, and they're like, did you, like, what? Why would you just let him sit here for that long? Like, what? Why didn't you? Why were you actually having?
I have a cousin.
I'd be like,
that's
I don't know.
That. Yeah, I have a cousin, and he'll there'll be a homeless person or tweaker on the street or something like that, and he'll like talk to him and be like, hey, so what happened, man? Like, how'd you end up like this?
Yeah, I would definitely ask that. I ask that all the time.
Shut up.
I'd be like, where did it go wrong?
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Because I'm also a bouncer at a bar in Livermore, Good Time Tavern.
Okay.
And it's just,
you get in fun conversations being a bouncer.
Yeah, man. There's just so many drunks. It's harder for me to tolerate a drunk man sometimes, though.
Yeah.
But, other times it's, when you're buzzed, it's more acceptable for me. But when you're blackout drunk, don't come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But like I said, I always attract the crazies.
Yeah.
So, of course, when they're blacked out drunk, they want to, like, mess with the bouncer and talk to the bouncer and, like, give you his whole life story, But I'm like, dude, go talk to some females.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me. You're too faded.
Yeah.
You're in my face. I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna kick you out in a second.
Do you gotta enforce a lot of people out of there?
Nah, I'm at a good spot.
Or is it
I'm at a chill spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Have you been a bouncer at other places to where you've had to?
No, this is a great first bouncer gig.
That's good.
I think. Yeah, because I've had to, of course, break up fights. When I break up fights, it's the best.
Yeah.
I just hate when they.
That's an easy gig, right?
It's an easy one. You just wait.
Yeah.
Till it's safe to
grab
get
some
in there.
arms.
You
control.
usually tell at a bar, at our bar, you can usually tell who's winning, who's losing, and who initiated the fight and who didn't really want to fight.
Yeah.
So you could tell. I mean, regardless if they're both fighting each other, you both got to leave, but you know who to pull on first.
Yeah.
And make sure that that it's not like you don't think I'm getting you jumped or anything. Like I'm pulling you out to. Because you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And then you got to go back and tell the other dude, like, you got to get out of here.
Yeah. Bouncing life's tough, man.
Yeah, it's cool, though.
Yeah.
I don't like when it's like a group comes in and then you're like, damn, I might get jumped tonight.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously hella rowdy.
Yeah.
So they're looking for fun, but they always want to be my friend.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, you guys are doing too much right now.
I gotta
you guys
be
are cool.
Dick.
I gotta be a dick, but you guys are hella cool. I hate that I gotta do my job, but like, there's people complaining. You spilling girls' drinks, and
you gotta settle them down, man.
You might not be able to drink anymore. So I usually, when it's groups, I usually pull aside the one that's obviously the DD.
Yeah,
I'm like, look, is this your homie? He's obviously hella wobbly. If he throws up, you guys got to clean it.
Yeah.
And they're usually like, all right, no problem. And then once you make that, it's like an icebreaker almost.
Yeah.
And then they start watching him like a hawk and making sure that it's like,
hey, bro.
Hey, get
Chill
your shit together,
out.
bro. Yeah, stop fucking wobbling around.
Yeah.
Sit right here. Stay still. Nah, but yeah, I'm in a good spot. I don't have too much problem, especially lately.
You ever had to use your jiu-jitsu?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
At first, when I first got the job, I was still, I don't want to say fairly new to jiu-jitsu, but I didn't know much about the control of jiu-jitsu. I had just switched over to Tracy, and I was, just knew the basic of the basics.
Yeah.
And, so when I got the job, I had to break up a lot more fights, and I had way more rowdy dudes in the first year of the job. So I learned and perfected the rear naked at the bar for sure. Like I've done many arm drags. I've done many snap downs.
Yeah.
I've had some good guillotines. I've had some good. I've lifted some dudes nice. I don't slam. I don't strike because they're hella drunk. So if I punch somebody in the face and they fall, then that's a whole different problem that I have. So
yeah.
But in the beginning,
like the Nate Diaz thing. He choked that dude, dropped him on his head.
His head snapped open or whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But yeah, so that being said, in the beginning, I had to I hit a nice arm drag and got behind him, and now I got to walk him out the door because I got him in the rear naked I got him by the neck, and I'm like, walk forward, yada yada. But he's pushing against me, of course.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're squeezing, and you're not realizing all right, how fast he's about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It happens fast, so
especially an untrained person.
Yeah, just a regular drunk dude.
Yep.
So then he falls down, gets hella heavy. So he's getting heavy, and I'm like, bruh, stop dropping. Why would you drop? What are you doing? And I look down, and he's fucking snoring. And I'm like, oh, shit, all right. I have to wait. I got to smack him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once he comes to, he stands up, and I kind of catch it again, and he drops again. In 2 seconds, bruh. So now I put him to sleep twice, and now I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna wake him up. I got a good grip on his waist.
Yeah.
Walked him out around his waist and walked him out. And there was 3 times after that where I was just putting dudes to sleep.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
Yeah,
but they were
just trying to control.
Yeah, they were causing problems, and on the way out the door, they would fall out and go to sleep. I didn't let anyone smash their face at any point.
Yeah,
there was one dude where I did on accident.
Yeah,
because we walked him out.
It went from no one to someone real quick.
There was one dude. He could have caught himself, but I might have jumped the gun. So I had him and I walked him out. And we walked all the way out from the back of the bar to the front of the bar.
Yeah.
Walked him out the front door. And then once you get out the door, you walk 2 steps, and then you turn to the right, and you walk 4 steps, and there's a gate that you get out, and now you're off the property. So I took him past the gate, and we walked this entire way. And then once he gets out the gate, I push him a little bit. It wasn't even a bad push. It was just a little get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I pushed him a little bit, and it face plants.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I stood there for a second, make sure he was okay. Glasses fucking
broke.
I was like, dang, dude, why didn't you just put your hands up to catch yourself at least? Why would you just face plant like that? And so I kind of felt bad. That was the one time I felt bad, though.
It's funny dealing with drunk people, though, sometimes, though. Yeah. Because it's always the same shit. You know, they're sloppy, right? Yeah,
there was one dude. He was causing hella problems inside, and then he tried to blast double me almost. He tried to make a wrestling shot.
Yeah.
And I just sprawled on his back, and I circled around and carried him out from his waist.
Yeah.
And we got outside, and then he was just like, nah, I'm not done. I don't even want to fight. I just want to wrestle. I was like, what? I thought it was literally 3 seconds past, and I was like, all right, I'll wrestle you. So we clinched up. He got a collar tie. I got a collar tie. I got his tricep, and then I do a little fake Uchimata.
Yeah.
But instead of swinging him around my back, I just took him over my leg.
Yeah.
And then he fell just straight back, and all you heard was his back plate hit the cement, and then I was like, oof.
Yeah.
And then he was so drunk. I'll never forget. Once he touches the back, he takes a breath. He pauses. He's like, "Was that your point?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I just made my points.
Sure.
I just made my points right now. Yes, you're right. Your back is flat.
Yeah,
your back is flat.
Yes.
I got my points.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm up on points.
I'm up on points, pal. I won.
Who keeps track of points in a drunk bar?
Bruh. Once he said that, I helped him up. I gave him a hug, dude. I was like, listen, you can't come back in because you tried to fight me, but
but you can't come to Club Tracy and come train with us.
You ever thought of doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, you need this in your life.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, he was a good guy. He just got too fucked up.
It happens to us all, man. I used to be that guy at one point in my life, man. I was that guy. Dude, we get into stupid bar shit, and luckily the owner of the bar was very cool with me, and he would let me stay, and he would kick everyone else out.
That's what's up.
But
we have a couple of those.
all the bouncers knew I trained jiu-jitsu too, so like most
dope.
of them didn't fuck with me, but every once in a while there'd be a new guy and he'd fucking come after me. I'm like, dude, not today, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're big, but I can fucking choke you out, dog.
You're
Like,
big, but I'm fast.
yeah, you don't know any fucking thing.
Yeah, no, that's when I start to be like, all right, I don't want to say start to feel bad because I don't feel bad for anybody.
Oh, dude, I used to fucking talk a lot of shit to those
nah,
bouncers. Now that I'm thinking back, like I'm sorry.
That's exactly why. It's not that I feel bad because you probably deserve what I'm going to give you, but it's just the fact that you're a regular ass civilian.
Yeah.
You have no idea how to protect your neck, and now I'm on it.
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's wild, dude. People think that they're fucking tough, man. They think that they're
but a lot of people are tough. That's okay. You know, a lot of people are tough, and that's a thing too. A lot of people think like, oh, just because he's yada yada yada, he can't be tough. Like a lot of dudes are actually tough, bro. A lot of people just like to fight. It is what it is, and there's not a lot of hope for those people. But unless you're in the right field, which would be, you know, probably jiu-jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai, trying to make some money off of it at least.
Yeah. It's very rare that you run into a jiu-jitsu guy that starts shit, right? Like especially if they know that you train or something, like they're pretty chill with it.
I had I had one of my coaches come through, and there was this dude that was super duper rowdy one night, and it was getting to the point that I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to kick this dude out. Which isn't a problem, you know. He's super rowdy. I'm just like, I'm obviously have to put this one to sleep, right? So it's gonna be a challenge, but yeah, it's about that time. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes. I just separated him from a table, you know. And he was being too loud and getting a little rowdy. I was like, all right, bro, it's time to like take a lap, like give these people a chance. So then he wasn't trying to fight him or anything like that. He was just
being too much.
He was just being disruptive.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, leave him alone. Take a lap. And then at that point, I was like, I'm gonna give him one more chance. The next customers he messes with, I gotta kick him out. So then my old coach just happened to walk in. And at that point, I don't know how they ended up crossing paths, but like 5 minutes after he walks in, I went to the bathroom or something. I had to take a lap and pick up all the bottles and cups and everything. Yeah. You know, little bus boy.
Yeah.
And then I come back and they're like almost nose to nose. Not necessarily nose to nose, but
yeah.
You know,
you could see it's about to go down. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, uh-oh, I don't have to do it. My hero.
Yeah.
So I come over, I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm diffusing the problem, you know what I mean? And then I guess he might have brought up jiu-jitsu or something. Or I don't even think he brought up jiu-jitsu. He was just challenging him. He was just saying, like, oh, I could beat you up. You think you tough. You think da-da-da-da. And coach is just standing there, stone face. Yeah. And I was like, look, I'm going to get him out of here, yada, yada, yada. Just hang out. And he was like, what if I fought him? And I was like, do you want to? And he was like, would I get in trouble? I was like, no. You fight him right now. So I let them fight. Yeah. And then it was the most satisfying thing ever.
Probably a pretty quick choke, huh?
It was a good distraction overhook. Yeah. The heavy overhand and then the blast double. Yeah. And then he didn't even strike on top. He just smashed his face into the concrete and held it there for a little bit. just kind of bullied him a little bit. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Yeah. So then I told him, go ahead, take a lap. I'm going to walk him out and I told him, go inside, go get your beer. And he got his beer. And then, but they did all this off of the property. We don't have fights at Good Time Tavern. Yeah. You know, I made sure to mediate off of the property of Good Time Tavern.
Yeah. That's very, you got to be very clear on that.
But it was very satisfying. Yeah. It was very satisfying. Seeing him stand up for everybody at the bar was dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's necessary to have a hero. Like I remember there's some videos a while back of Matt Serra. and some fucking idiot was being an asshole in a restaurant and fucking getting wild, and fucking Matt Sarah had to fucking take him down and control him.
Dope.
And while he's on top, he's like, "Hey, bro, I don't want to fucking choke you, but like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into right now. Like, I'm a fucking high level black belt in jiu-jitsu right now, and I can fucking kill you if I wanted." Yeah. But he was just on top, just like talking the guy down and fucking making him chill. But those people can get wild, man. And you know, you gotta have a mind of reason in those situations too. You can't just go in fucking balls to the wall.
You can't just fight everybody. You can't just throw hands on everybody.
Yeah.
You gotta pick your battles, as they say.
Yeah, you definitely do.
But yeah, like I said, a lot of the time, the knuckleheads want to be cool with the bouncer because they don't want to get kicked out. Yeah. So like I said, I attract the crazies, but I'm kind of psychic, so I know why you're trying to be so nice to me right now, bro. Like, get away from me, and go cause your problems so I can kick you out. You know, so I can get you out of here.
Yeah, I can already see right through this.
Yeah.
Well, and doing that kind of job, you know what you're getting into, right?
Yeah,
you
sure.
can recognize certain situations
and
cues, and you're like, all right, I know what is about to happen.
Yeah, like, all right, these guys just walked in. Yeah. Oh, brother.
Yeah. That's cool. You get to use your jiu-jitsu though. That's always
it's super effective.
Yeah, every time, man. I my favorite story is it was my 21st birthday. We went to a bar. These guys got in some sort of fight, and the bouncers got on top of him. And two bouncers that I know train jiu-jitsu, shout out to Jesse and Mark, they're holding this guy down. And this fucking white dude, like, he looked like skinny little motherfucker. He's apparently a bouncer. Goes and grabs this dude's arm and just starts bending it back. And fucking the slowest break, dude, ever. And the guy's like on the ground. They're holding him down. Like, he has no chance to tap no chance to even fucking fight out.
That's one of my fears, though, is either getting slammed on the concrete or somebody like getting some catching my ankle when I'm fighting somebody else or something, you know. Yeah. Nah, I don't think anybody's gonna be doing jiu-jitsu at in my area, but in my jiu-jitsu, in my bar area. Yeah. But man, you never know.
Yeah, never know.
That'll be cool, just seeing some fools doing jiu-jitsu outside.
Yeah.
Outside the bar.
It gets wild, man. It gets wild. And here in Stockton, it was very regular to see like Nick and Nate at the bars.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
I've heard that they. I think Nate's been to the bar a couple times. I haven't seen him there, but he's a hometown celebrity.
Back in the day, there was a bar. It's a Squeeze Burger now in Lincoln Center, but it used to be a fucking crazy ass bar called 856, and. I forget if it was Tuesday or Thursday. I used to work that night. I think it was Thursday. I used to work that night, and I'd get off, and it was my second job, so I'd take my whole paycheck from that second job, and I'd blow it at the bar.
Yeah. Dang.
And yeah. It was my second job, so it was like extra income, and
it was your play money.
So I'd take that whole check.
Did you get paid every night?
No, it was like every other week or something. So
and you would blow it all at the bar?
The whole thing at the
bar.
How
much was it?
It wasn't much. It was like, because it was my after work shift. So a couple $100, like $300. So nothing crazy at the time. This is 15 years ago plus, but
yeah. It was good money then.
$300-400 at the time,
it was
I'd
a good
blow.
night out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and it'd be all on me too. So
for sure.
Absolutely. You don't have to buy people drinks or anything. You just get fucked up.
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get a couple bottles at that point?
Because I like the social aspect. I like just going out and fucking talking to the fucking people and seeing the drunk motherfuckers. And so, but it was like my routine. I'd go to 856. And they always had a popping crowd that night, and fucking, it was like clockwork. Every fucking time I'd get paid and go, Nate Diaz would be there. And I'd always catch him fucking going to the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you train with Eric Shingu, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And fucking, that was it. We'd always say that every time. It was like, it was like Groundhog's Day. He's like, "Oh yeah, you train with Eric Shingu." I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And that was it.
That's great.
But I always felt like, you know, those guys don't need to be bugged at the fucking bars and shit like that. You know,
they're
normal guys. You know,
that just like to have fun.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like my birthday. Always my birthday. It seems like I'm going to the bars. But Nick Diaz came up to me and was talking to me for a while, and he bought me a round of drinks. And I remember my girlfriend at the time was like, "You fucking know this guy?" I'm like, yeah. Like,
yeah, we go to the bathroom at the same
time. We always rendezvous at the bathroom. No, but it was cool, man. But yeah, dude, it's been awesome having you on the show, dude. And
man, thank you.
Getting to catch up with you, getting to hear about your interesting life, dude. Being a bouncer, man, it's not an easy gig. You never know what kind of shit you're gonna have to deal with, man.
Yeah, for sure. But I am grateful for how easy my specific location is.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not gonna say I got a tough job at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pays what it needs to pay, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, you know, you're doing good in your competitive jiu-jitsu scene, man. We wish you nothing but continued success with Tracy.
Man. And thank you.
You guys are out there killing it, man. You guys are always doing something. And Alika's been out there in the competitive scene lately. He had a good performance at Jiu-Jitsu World League, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did really good. He got gold, so that's awesome. Seeing your coach do really good at anything is awesome. You know.
Yeah. Well, he's the man when it comes to
he's
like.
A man. Yeah, even if he loses, he still wins.
Yeah, his jiu-jitsu is like such a skill, and it's like such an art to watch.
When you see him do it, it's like he's a literal martial artist.
Yeah,
you know, him and his dad.
Yeah,
you know, same with his daughter Loke.
Yeah,
martial artist, a natural. You know, so
yeah, it's definitely in the family.
Yeah, it's in the family
for sure. But we always like to give you a few minutes to shout out anybody you'd like to. Just take a few minutes. The floor is yours.
Cool. Like I said in the beginning, earlier, we got this organization called Piranha. Is going to be hosting a show in Bakersfield on the 15th. That's the next one that we all got coming up. Shout out to Will. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Germ. You know, we're all on the same card, so that'll be fun. Shout out to Jasmine. I think she's on it too. And yeah, man, besides that, shout out to Ground Gamer. Shout out to Buffalo Black. Shout out to Club Tracy. Shout out to G Moments. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to everybody that comes through on weekends, you know, for open mat. Shout out to everybody that comes at 6 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. You know, if you're ever in town, Tracy, California, come through 404 West Grant Line. And we're there 6 days a week. Come through.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's been an absolute honor having you on the show, man. And, you know, we'll be seeing more of you out there in the jiu-jitsu scene, dude. You're killing it right now, and I know you're going to continue to do great things. So
thanks, man.
Keep it up, brother, and we appreciate having you. Other than that, check out Grapplers Talk on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you listen to podcasts. We are out there. Download us. Check this out, dude. You could go on your Alexa and go, "Hey, play Grapplers Talk," and it'll fucking spit out episodes for you. So go check it out. Very cool. We're also on the other cool one is Amazon.
Okay.
Everything's on Amazon. You type in Grapplers Talk on Amazon, boom, we're popping up. So check us out. Go download the podcast. Thank you to all of our listeners. This has been another good one. This is Dave, and we are out.
This is Grapplers.